Hello and welcome to another session of Learn, Train, Share. I hope you've been enjoying this series. Today we're going to be looking at something that maybe some of you are familiar with and it's new to others. The whole idea of having a discussion. This term was coined by Paul Bedwell, and if you can analyze that word well enough, you will understand that it's framed from two words: question and discussion. So basically, it's having a discussion only through questions. So basically, the rules of the game would be something like this: whatever you say must be in the form of a question. You need to wait for six other people to question before you can go again with another question. You are not permitted to use question tags. That's really silly, isn't it? That's a question tag, isn't it? You're not allowed to use that. If anyone makes a statement, you can remind them by calling out statement. Avoid personal or disrespectful comments in the form of questions. Aren't you presenting an idiotic point of view? At all times, bear in mind the topic of the discussion and ensure that the discussion is focused in that direction. So I'll be presenting you with a dilemma, and feel free to drop in your questions in the chat and interact with each other. You can have a discussion. So Alan works in the claims department of a major hospital. Paperwork on a recent admission shows that a traumatic mugging caused the patient to require an adjustment in the medication she is prescribed to control anxiety and mood swings. Alan is struck by the patient's unusual last name and, upon checking her employment information, realizes she is one of his daughter's grade school teachers. Alan's daughter seems very happy in her school, and he cannot violate patient confidentiality by informing the school of a teacher's mental illness. But he is not comfortable with a potentially unstable person in a position of influence and supervision over his 8-year-old daughter. Can Alan reconcile these issues in an ethical manner? So, on one hand, patient confidentiality, he cannot use that information to notify the school. And on the other hand, he is not very comfortable with his daughter being under the supervision and influence of a person who is potentially unstable. So, I'd ask all of you to just pause the video for a minute over here, go down to the chat section and have a discussion before we take this forward. And I guess you're back. All right. So, why so many questions? How do you think this is relevant? What are the advantages of using this method, the discussion method? What must the facilitator be aware of? How do you use this effectively? So many questions, and how do you take all these questions forward? I'll just go through very briefly with you a few specifics that as a facilitator you need to be aware of. First of all, select the topic. Ensure that it's appropriate to the age group and relevant. Use it as a starter to a specific topic where you can deal with all the questions during the follow-up classes. You can use it to garner interest in a subject or a topic. You can use it to enhance critical thinking. You can use it as it avoids a direct confrontation as a debate would with the proposition opposition. It would enhance participation and avoid confrontation. And those are not confident of actually sharing the ideas are more comfortable asking a question, posing that as a question. What are the benefits of actually using this discussion method? I don't know if you'll recognize Socrates over there. Basically, it leads to more questions and hence more answers and hence a deeper understanding. And this also gives birth to new ideas. The Socratic method, for those of us who are familiar with it, Maieutic, basically it's answering a question with a question. It's eliciting everything from the learner itself. Yeah. So you do not present information, but you ask questions that then lead the person to think. So foster your class engagement. Try this out. Discussion method. Ask questions. Small questions will lead to small discoveries. Bigger questions lead to bigger discoveries. Some questions only reveal deeper mysteries. Even if you know what question to ask, the answers might sometimes surprise you. So go ahead, get your learners to ask more questions, and come and share with us in the comment section your feedback of how this works. Thank you, and keep asking questions.